हे गाइस, मैं फिर से अपना बुक रीड करने वाला हूँ जहाँ पे हमने लास्ट टाइम छोड़ा था। So by the time I graduated, I was listed in the school record books in 8 different categories. That same year, I was awarded the university's highest academic honor, the President's Medal. I hope you will forgive me if this sounds boastful. To be honest, there was nothing legendary or historic about my athletic career. I never ended up playing professionally. However, looking back on those years, I believe I accomplished something something just are rare. I fulfilled my potential and I believe the concept in this book can help you fulfill your potential as well. We all face challenges in life. This injury was one of mine, and the experience taught me a critical lesson. Changes that seem small and unimportant at first will compound into remarkable result if you are willing to stick with them for years. We all deal with setbacks, but in long run, the quality of our lives often depends on the quality of our habit. Some with the same habit, you will end up with the same result, but with a better habit, anything is possible. Maybe there are people who can achieve incredible success overnight. I don't know any of them, and I am certainly not one of them. There wasn't one defining moment on my journey from medically induced coma to academic all-American. There were many. It was a gradual education, a long series of small wins and tiny breakthroughs. The only way I made progress, the only choice I had was to start small, and I employed this same strategy a few years later when I started my own business and began working on this book. How and why I wrote this book. In November 2012, I began publish articles at jamesclear.com. For a year I had been keeping notes about my personal experiments with habits, and I was finally ready to share some of them publicly. I began by publishing a new article every Monday, Thursday. Within a few months, this simple writing habit led to my first 1000 email subscribers, and by the end of 2013, that number had grown to more than 30,000 people. In 2014, my email list expanded to over 100,000 subscribers, which made one of the fastest growing newsletter on the internet. I had felt like an imposter when I began writing 2 years earlier, but now I was becoming known as an expert on habits, a new label that excited me but also felt uncomfortable. I had never considered myself a master of the topic, but rather some who were experimenting alongside my readers. In 2015, I reached 200,000 email subscribers and signed a book deal with Penguin Random House to begin writing book you are reading now. As my audience grew, so did my business opportunities. I was increasing asked to speak at top companies about the science of habit information, about the formation, about the science of habit formation, behavior changes, and continuous improvement. I found myself delivering keynote speeches at conferences in the United States and Europe. In 2016, my article began to appear regularly in major publications like Time, Entrepreneurs, and Forbes. Incredibly, my writing was read by over 8 million people that year. Coaches in the NFL, NBA, and MLB began reading my work and sharing it with their teams. At the start of 2017, I launched the Habit Academy, which became premier training platform for organization and individual interested in building better habits in life and work. Fortune 500 companies and growing startups began enroll their leader and train their staff. In total, 10,000 leaders, managers, coaches, teachers have graduated from the Habit Academy, and my work with them has taught me an incredible amount what it takes to make habits work in the real world. As I put the finishing touches on this book 2018, jamesclear.com received millions of visitors per month, and every 500,000 people subscribe to my weekly email newsletter, a number that is so far beyond my expectation when I began that I am not even sure what to think of it. How this book will benefit you. The entrepreneur and investor Naval Ravikant has said, to write a great book, you must first become the book. I originally learned about the ideas mentioned here because I had to live them. I had to rely on the small habit to rebound from my injury, to get stronger in the gym, to perform at high level on the field, to become a writer, to build a successful business, and simply to develop into a responsible adult. Small habit help me fulfill my potential. And since you picked up this book, I'm guessing you would like to fulfill yours as well. In the pages that follow, I will share a step-by-step plan for building better habits, not for days or weeks, but for a lifetime. While science support everything I have written, this book is not an academic research paper. It's an operating manual. You will find wisdom and practical advice from advice front and center as I explain the science of how I create and change your habit in a way that is easy to understand and apply. That the field I draw on, biology, neuroscience, physiology, psychology, or more and more, have been around for many years. What I offer you is a synthesis of the best ideas smart people figured out a long time ago, as well as the most compelling discoveries scientists have made recently. Many contribution I hope is to find the ideas that matter most and connect them in a way that is highly actionable. Anything wise in these pages you should credit to the many experts who precede me. Anything foolish, assume it's my error. So guys, बाकी हम कल पढ़ेंगे इसके आगे से, और इसका हिंदी कंक्लूजन मैं भी देना चाहूँगा कि एटॉमिक हैबिट का मेन मैसेज ये है कि लाइफ में बड़े चेंजेस एकदम से नहीं आते। छोटी छोटी डेली हैबिट्स ही टाइम के साथ मैसिव सक्सेस क्रिएट करती हैं। आर्थर ने अपनी लाइफ के स्ट्रगल और अचीवमेंट से ये प्रूव किया कि कंसिस्टेंसी, डिसिप्लिन और स्मॉल इम्प्रूवमेंट किसी भी इंसान की ज़िंदगी बदल सकते हैं। अगर हम रोज़ सिर्फ 1% बेटर बनने की कोशिश करें तो फ्यूचर कम्प्लीटली ट्रांसफ़र हो सकता है। ये बुक हमें सिखाती है कि सक्सेस लक से नहीं बल्कि डेली हैबिट और कंटिन्यूस सेल्फ इम्प्रूवमेंट से मिलता है। सब्सक्राइब करें और प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब करें मेरे चैनल को, प्लीज़ सपोर्ट करें मेरे चैनल को।